DC, I don't know if the budgies are a good idea, mate.
We've had a stinker, mate. I've travelled 5 hours to get here and I'm sat here in a pair of South African budgies.
What are you guys wearing, guys? Huh?
Hey, Faf.
Don't worry, I've done the same.
Oh,
No
good
way.
lad.
Oh,
what
never
a
leaves
hero.
home without him. Look at him. I feel better already.
I don't. Okay, so here we are at the beautiful Carrington Sale Sharks training ground, right next to Man City. We didn't quite make it, but we're in Sale Sharks. DC, thanks for coming up, mate. No, it's a tough ask.
Yeah, long journey, mate.
How'd you feel about it?
Left my house 5 hours ago, but
What do
we're
you feel?
here
Do you want to sign or what?
It's
Be
been-
second fiddle to Faf? No?
No, I'm all right. I'm all right where I am. It's nice to be back up north, though. The air's a lot
Yeah, you don't
cleaner
speak
down there.
Northern anymore.
Yeah, I do.
No, there's
Proper.
nothing Northern about you.
Proper northern. But we're here to interview the man, the myth, the legend, World Cup winner, Faf de Klerk. Faf, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks. Thanks for inviting me.
You guys were obviously victorious in the World Cup final. We're going to talk a lot about that. But talk us through that week, preparing to play against England. What was kind of said, or did it not matter who you were playing? It was the World Cup final, biggest game of your life. So how did you go about beating England?
No, obviously you'll do anything you can to win the game, but there's a lot of, like you boys know, there's a lot of tactics behind it and a lot of analysation that we need to go through. And we personally had to, the guys from English clubs, I had to go through Tom's games that he played for Sale. So Vincent Koch obviously had a few more to do at Sarries, but
About 20.
yeah, so it's just we try to get into every player's head and try and find strengths and weaknesses that they might have. So a lot of work went into that, where we sometimes felt as players, listen, we're doing too much work on the other team, but then come game day, we're so in tune on how they play and what they personally do. So I think that was one thing that we did well. The guys really fronted up on that front, but it's a difficult one because I said I don't think we beat them in with our kicking game. We were we just got the opportunity because our scrum was going so well. We got a lot of pens, advantage plays. Then our backs could have a go and we can play a bit. So a lot of people said we changed the way we play, but I just felt we had more opportunity because we got so many advantages. But we wanted to take them on in the air as well. Guy like Billy is great in the air, but he never really goes up for the ball. So we knew we could, if we get it onto him, because he stays back a lot, we'll try and get our wings just to jump higher than he is standing still. Johnny May, great in the air, but also doesn't really attack the ball. He goes straight up for it. So we thought if we can be strong in that point. So there was a lot of...
Who drives this?
So we got a guy, Felix Jones, that used to play at
Munster.
Munster. He was very into... and Coach Sticks, they did a lot of work on backfield stuff and personally. So they had all the guys that goes up for high balls during the whole World Cup and previous games to see what their profile is in the air.
Right.
Do they attack the ball? Do they land more on the back? And small things like that makes a big difference, I feel, in when it comes to like game of inches, obviously. So we knew which guys were good in the air, which guys weren't. But yeah, also against Wales, it didn't work. Lee Halfpenny caught everything we kicked at him because he's so good in the air. So you need to change that up. And
obviously you were really happy that I wasn't playing.
Very happy you weren't playing.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
That's it.
You can't catch a cold in there,
Sorry?
Can you?
Header it.
Header it.
Header it back.
It's not a knock on. Yeah.
Play on.
Play by the rules. I like it.
You obviously got a lot of, well, you probably didn't even notice, but you got quite a bit of coverage saying about your kicking and the style of play and stuff. Do you bother with any of that, or do you look at it? Are you bothered in any way? To me, you look like you're absolutely not bothered in the slightest. I think we actually did a pod the week before the final, and I said that Eddie said some stuff about you personally. Did you see this?
No.
But I said he shouldn't have maybe said it because it would make you go the other way, not go backwards. It make you go want to play better. So, but did you pay any attention to any of that stuff?
Mate, to be honest, there was a lot of criticism from South African public and a lot of memes and photos. But our team in that way is the first guy that gets a hold of it, puts it on the group, so you can't miss it. Everybody sees it and try and make a joke about it. But you do see it a lot. But credit to our coaching staff again, pulling us together and just saying, listen, if we're gonna listen to what a few guys saying, probably having a few drinks, having a barbecue, and when the guy that drank the most spoke the most, and he then posts stuff. So we just believed in what we're doing. So I was never under pressure in terms of getting picked because I'm kicking too much. That was the way we wanted to play. So I was playing that way for a reason, and I knew I was doing the right thing because I was getting backed by the coaches. So in terms of that, never really bothered me. But it's not. But also, not a lot of people don't understand the tactics behind it. But yeah, there were a few funny things. I must say, there was a few funny things that I could name. But yeah, now all in all, you can't manage not to see it. It's impossible, especially in our team. They just send it straight to you. So yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the South African public changed their minds pretty quickly when they saw you with the trophy, mate. Just talking about media interest, and obviously after England beat New Zealand, everyone going mad saying England are going to win the trophy. England can't be stopped now. Did that help just fuel the fire a bit for you boys during that week?
For us personally, everybody in the media said obviously we underdogs going into the game. We in the camp didn't feel like we were, but I think it was a good tag to have. Almost fly under the radar, people not giving us a chance.
Taking the pressure off
a bit, and I think it was probably in our best interest for that to happen. So we could just keep on saying, listen, everybody's rating them, but we feel we better. But
did you specifically bring it up, or would you not even mention it? You know it's around.
Yeah, you do mention it. We did bring it up.
Right.
Obviously, like Rassi would say, listen, they think everybody's saying they are the favourites. So we're going in as the underdogs. But if you go last 4 games, it's been pretty close. So we know how to beat them. They also know how to beat us. But we're going in there probably similar sides, and who's going to perform on the day. But yeah, they handled it well. So a lot of credit to them just to keep us on the right track.
Some great mental resilience, I think, in that team. You're the first team to win a World Cup having lost a game. Was that talked about at all? That obviously that New Zealand game, everyone's saying we're spoiled with that first weekend. South Africa v New Zealand. Was that talked about though, to be that first team that would lose a game but go on to win it?
So first of all, when we won the championship, so a team that won the championship never went on to win the World Cup. So we already had that tag. And then after that first loss, I remember the media people asking Coach Russ if now you've lost a game. Nobody's ever won a World Cup that's lost a game. So he mentioned that fact as well. So I think it was mentioned. But yeah, I don't think it really bothered us. It wasn't like I'm going into the final thinking, we lost that first game. Yeah. We can't win it. I think we brushed that off pretty quickly. And he said from the beginning, we're in a pool with New Zealand, and if we need to win 5 big games in the World Cup to win the World Cup. So we knew we were probably going to beat Namibia and Canada. So we just needed to win Italy or New Zealand, and we're into the quarters, and then we have 3 more games. So we focused on winning 5 games. When we lost that first one, we knew, okay, we can't lose again. So it really puts you in that playoff mindset already. But I wouldn't say that had a massive influence, no. It was nice to change the record a bit, but yeah.
And would you say the game itself went according to plan? Everything you wanted to do went on, the game went? At any point during the game you thought you knew you had them?
Massive chat about the week was how well England start their games. Their first 20 minutes, that they always have 1 or 2 special plays that they go with. Especially a first line out in an attacking zone, they'll do something funny. After that, they'll get their groove again and do normal stuff that we're all used to. But then we knew that first 20 they're going to do something funny, and I think they tried that twice and it didn't come off.
Yeah.
I think Ben threw a pass out the side, and
Did he?
He was cheering when he did that.
Yeah. So I think we were very aware of that. And once we managed to stop them, and then I just saw how physically, not dominant, but they weren't cracking us at all. Like Billy being big carriers for them, just didn't go anywhere. So then I thought, okay, listen, we up for it today physically, and then the scrum started going our way. And I think after Mapimpi scored his try, then I probably
stopped that, yeah.
Yeah, you would have stopped it, yes. Yeah. Lazy turnaround there. Well, why weren't you there then, mate? Come on.
I don't know.
You were chosen.
Me and Steve said we wanted to stay and train together.
Get the guns going.
You had a stinking.
I knew Colby was just going to absolutely rip the tournament to pieces and win it anyway, so.
Okay. Didn't want to be there.
How good is he, by the way?
No, mate, he's been amazing.
What's he up to? Can you give me any tips? Can you ask him to give me some tips or something?
He can't teach old dogs new tricks.
Oh, like that, is it?
I don't think he can teach.
No, he can't.
He can't teach that.
Non-transferable.
I think you're born with that, aren't you? Colby, you've trained with him, mate. How good, like how quick, how nimble.
That's like your worst nightmare is to have him on a one-on-one. I don't think it's possible to probably stop him, but like you said, it's just instinctively, and he's been that way. Everybody thinks he's just come on and started playing like that. He's been playing like that his whole career, but obviously the fact that he's one of the smaller guys and playing in South Africa, thinking, listen, you'll never be able to play up against wings like New Zealand wings and Ashy, big guys.
Yeah, real big.
And he just, but yeah, I think he just then showed in France that he can do it, and and then coach gave him a chance, and he took it. But so talented, mate.
That
so
step
talented.
on Owen and just how fast he is off the mark.
Yeah, he's just gone, mate. He is. Yeah, I think you probably top end. You can maybe get to him, but off the mark, he's
don't
just
get time for that.
Quickly changes direction, innit? Let's go on to the final whistle, or more important, in the change rooms, or seeing Sia lift that trophy. Like, explain. I mean, I'm never going to experience that. You're definitely
done,
not
mate.
Experience that.
You're more done than me, mate.
Just how good a feeling was that?
You were out on the weekend, actually, mate.
Huh?
I thought you did well last weekend.
We lost.
Yeah, but you personally, mate.
No, I went all right. Yeah, I can still play.
Yeah.
I think people think I've retired.
You were good, mate. I thought you were good.
Yeah, no, I've still got a bit. I've still got a bit.
Mate.
I must say, between you two, I was more happy that he wasn't there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
We could have saved that for after the pod, mate.
We could have probably.
Let's clip that bit. Let's clip that bit.
As if he's throwing that in.
Nice guy, isn't he? So, mate, Sia Khaleesi lifting the trophy. What did that mean to you, to South African people? Just give us a bit of an insight.
Yeah, so when Andre kicked the ball off the field, a lot of guys ran on. I just went down quickly, made a quick prayer to say thanks, and then after that, it's just it's just an amazing feeling. I've never felt that much emotion, and I think just looking around at the other players, what it meant to them as well. Guys that have been in previous World Cups and had that disappointment of losing in a semi, just seeing what it meant to them, and a lot of guys playing their last games, what it meant to them, and just very special and something I'll forever remember. And then after you get over that, then it's just onto just celebrating and just enjoying it. It's so long, 20 weeks of just working together for so long, and finally it's done and you can just relax a bit. Well, not for too long, but yeah.
You'll have forgotten that winning feeling being at Queen's that long.
I forgot to say I've got a load of trophies in the cabinet recently, haven't I?
It's coming.
Oh, I can't remember.
I'm going to put a statue of Faf at the front. Yeah, I know. It's been a long time for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, longer for you.
But from what we saw, mate, there were some celebrations, like weeks.
It was pretty intense.
It started actually with the... did you think, before you started this World Cup tournament, that you would end up with the trophy in your hand in a pair of budgie smugglers? Was that what you were going for, or was that just an accident?
So I always get out of my dirty clothes and I walk around in my that are bean bags.
Yeah. Nice drop there.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Heavily endorsed there.
But honestly, when I got into the changing room, there were like 4 or 5 people with cameras and mics and stuff. But I thought it was probably part of our production team,
Mhm.
like just recording us to make a video or something. And I didn't even realize it was media. I was screaming stuff in Afrikaans that's probably not, that shouldn't have been recorded. But I thought it was just for us. So I definitely did not think that.
Yeah.
But I think I was the first guy to drink out of the cup, so that was pretty special. Really enjoyed that. And
So you're happy in the budgies for the picture?
In the beanbags.
the beanbags. Was I happy?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, turned
Just
out
got
alright.
naked.
Yeah. I'm normally naked, yeah. No, yeah, they're lucky they got that on.
Hey, it worked a treat if it was the plan, mate. It worked a
yeah.
treat, didn't it? It's
No, I would've-
everywhere. It's like worldwide.
And royalty, obviously Prince Harry was there, the famous photo of you in the beanbags. Almost like it was, the endorsement was planned.
All planned.
I don't know. It worked out very well.
Worked out
Faf.
very well. I actually went for a quick X-ray on my foot. Got
Kicking-
back and he
kicking
was
so much, was it?
kicking
You
too
were
much.
kicking-
My foot was so there's actually
That's what the fans will say.
yes,
yeah,
no, there was a photo that they took of two pairs of pair of feet, and the one was very swollen,
Right.
and they said this is Faf has kicked enough, and then
Is it actually a kicking foot?
no, that was a right foot.
Right.
So the coach is like, these people don't even know he's kicked with his left foot, but yeah, and then afterwards somebody stepped on my foot in the game, and it was really swollen. So we made that was pretty funny to end it off like that, but then got back and then saw him there, and I walked with my.
Prince Harry, that is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Prince Harry was there, walked in and greeted him, and great guy, decent guy. Yeah.
Do you think we have any similarities, me and him? Or?
Yeah, Ginger.
No,
Mm.
it's not going well.
He's much better looking.
No way.
Mm.
Nah.
His nose doesn't curl under. Like
I'm not saying it. I'm not responding to this.
Are you family?
I think we could be somewhere
Yes.
online. Yeah, I think.
I can
I
see
feel
there's
like
some-
I'm royalty in some way.
Yeah.
Feel like-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
I do feel like I've
that.
got it in my blood.
Yeah.
Danny Dyer's somewhere royalty. They did a history
No
check on
way.
it. Yeah.
Danny Dyer
Yes.
is
He's
royalty.
got some king's blood in him, so surely. If I look that much like
Well,
him.
we've all got a chance. then.
Yeah, we've all got a chance. Let's hope so anyway.
Yes.
So after the changing room, what was the plan then?
Yeah. So, I think you can guess what the plan was.
Well, you ended up
Yeah.
doing like a whole South African tour.
Yeah. So I don't think World Rugby expected us to win. So we were in groups. I think we were probably 6 or 7 groups. Flew back on different stages of the day, and so we flew back on Monday.
So you didn't even fly all back together.
No.
Wow.
And my
That's-
group
yeah.
wasn't so cheerful. It was not that nice, but
Really. You wanted to be in a loose
yes.
plane.
But we got there. Alton was up for it, and Peter Steff, he will have a drink, but he's not gonna
Yeah.
enjoy life that much.
Who are the enjoyers?
99% of the squad
Okay.
are pretty loose if they get the opportunity. I couldn't believe when they said we need to be sober for 2 or 3 weeks. If they told us to be sober for this week,
Yeah.
everybody managed to do it. That I did not think was going to happen, but they did it, and credit to the boys. But yeah, so then we flew back. I flew back. We were 5 people. I got there on the Tuesday afternoon, so we were the first group to arrive. Yeah, just unbelievable scenes. Just seeing all the people. It felt like we were back in the stadium, and then the boys slowly started coming in, and then we had our trophy.
Did you get told about that it was going to be like that?
No. Well,
No,
we
really?
expect there's always a few people when we get back, and I
Yeah,
thought
but-
there were going to be a few people.
Wow.
But no, that airport was chaos. Did not expect that at all. And then onto the trophy tour was, every city we went to just got madder, bigger. Just was insane. I did not expect that at all. It was tough. And being 9 hours on a bus, sitting on the roof and walking around, having a few drinks, and Alton's playing music that is not always nice to hear or to the ear. But yeah,
Drinking
all in all,
non-stop. Little breaks.
little breaks. Not getting like smashed, but
Just at a
just
good level. Just
constantly
keep
on a
topping it
level.
up.
Yes.
So where did you start and where did you finish?
So started in Pretoria,
Yeah.
Johannesburg, Soweto, and then every night we had a chartered flight to the next city. So about 7, 8 will fly to the. So it will be. Then it was East London, Port Elizabeth, Durban, Cape Town, but not in that order. But yeah. So but then a few guys went home for some different reasons, and then a few guys had like 2 days break. So then they'll join. They were fresh. And then they went again, so it was just kept on going. It was quite intense. So we finished the first day's drinks, I think 10 a.m. in the morning. That was done. So they had to. Got some reinforcements from a few agents that dropped us a cooler and stuff like that. So no, it was good. It was real good.
How's life been since? So back to Manchester, back playing for Sale. Do you feel any differently now you're a World Cup winner?
Before you answer that, did you expect, or as a team, Khaleesi said what he said, the impact that it was going to have?
No, not that big. I don't think a lot of people realize the places we went through. There's a lot of poverty in South Africa, obviously, but the places we drove through, it's townships. It's very rural. Most of those houses probably won't even have a television in it, and everybody was still screaming Guy's name. Everybody knew the guys on the bus were asking for certain guys on the bus, and to see that with people, I don't know how they managed to do it, but it seems like everybody got a chance to. Most of the people there got to watch the final and watch the World Cup. So to see what impact it made, especially for Sia and guys like Mapimpi that are from those parts, it was great to see that. It just gives a lot of hope to kids in that similar situation to get out of their bad situation that they're in. So that was very special. Yeah.
It's amazing to see how sport can just unite a country, and especially I think Sia kind of embodied all of that. First black South African captain. How is he? Like, I'm sure it must have all been a bit overwhelming for him, but I mean that's one of the biggest moments in your country's history, if not the biggest. You know, what's it been like?
So for him personally, I've got a lot of respect for how he's handled everything. Obviously, he had a lot on his shoulders. He still has a lot on his shoulders, and that's why I think he handled it so well. Not just media, but on the field, not trying to be this guy to overpower every situation and be the leader as such. He was willing to let guys speak in their positions. He knew some guys had more knowledge, and he was just a great delegator, playing wise, and then off the field, I think he was just the perfect guy for the job, and he really did it well. And I think he's still going on, and he's doing a lot of good things.
Fair play to him. Who's he just signed with? Jay-Z's? Is it Jay-Z's brand? His agency.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's well away now. Yeah.
Right. He's doing all right.
Are they looking for any Prince Harry lookalikes?
They might be.
Mate, I'm in the market if they are.
Yeah, he's done all right, old Sia, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know he's done well.
Fair play to him.